Hi, peeps. This is Minority Health News. This is our podcast, Wednesday Coffee Talk, where we talk about current healthcare issues and topics. Today, we're going to talk about healthcare privacy and what brought this about. And to the forefront was the Defense Department head, Lloyd Austin, stayed in the ICU for 4 days, and they're trying to make it a big thing. But people have to understand there are HIPAA laws that pertain to this. Now, I think he should have told his boss, but he doesn't. He comes from a time in the era where certain things are not discussed. And if he has prostate cancer, in my opinion, he doesn't want to discuss that. Um, in my opinion, he probably went in for a routine checkup or whatever, and they said that once he got done being examined or whatever, he got done with the process of his treatment, maybe he told him that he was going to go home in 24 hours. Maybe they told him it wouldn't be take that long. So really, he probably didn't think that he had to tell anybody that, because they said, oh, it'll just be this for a day and you'll go home in 24 hours. So in my opinion, maybe something happened, like his blood pressure or his heart rate. Something happened that he had to stay in the hospital for 4 days. But that's normal, because right now what's going on, they'll say 3 or 4 days and you might be there for a month. A month. So I just want people to realize that healthcare is not like it seems. And sometimes people make mistakes and don't make plans for their stays or their healthcare process. So this was not a crisis. This was a healthcare journey. He's on a healthcare journey now. So with cancer, the difference between a healthcare crisis and a journey, a healthcare crisis is like a heart attack, or you don't feel good, and healthcare journey is like cancer, and it's a long term. So now he's on a healthcare journey where he has to go to cancer treatments, and he shouldn't really have to tell anybody, because it violates HIPAA law. And really, it's funny to me that they're making such a big idea, making such a big think about it, because nobody knew that he was the head of the Department of Defense. So he was just in the hospital. Nobody knew. I have a lot to say about that, because he's a black man. He's 70 years old. He's in a hospital. He's head of the Department of Defense, and nobody knew. The hospital didn't release a statement. In my opinion, this is all my opinion, because this is what's going on in healthcare. Some people get treatment, some people don't. And if you don't have an advocate there, when you get there, he might have just said, don't tell anybody, but it didn't leak out. Nobody knew. So that's what I came to talk about. That is the issue. Healthcare law prevents anybody from speaking out. They cannot tell you that he's there. They cannot tell you what treatment he's going on. Now, only mistake he made was that he didn't let nobody know. He probably just thought he was going to go in for a day. That's that generation. And really, when he got there, probably he, just blood pressure was up or whatever other medical conditions that he has pre-existing. It flared up, and they said, oh, we're going to keep you for one more day to watch your blood pressure. We're going to keep you one more day to see how you're doing. We're just going to observe you one more day because it seems that you're dehydrated. You have to remember, these are all examples of what might have happened. They People really don't know what goes on in their healthcare journeys. They don't make plans. They do not make plans. So I don't fault him for not telling anybody. I just fault that the people around him knows that he has this disease and they don't make the appropriate arrangements so that if something does happen, that he does have to stay in the hospital, that it's more comfortable for him and everything has been taken care of. And then that he doesn't have to go and back and answer questions and get uh, impeached for not telling you something that you really didn't and wasn't entitled to because of the HIPAA law. Think about it. You're not entitled to that information because of the HIPAA law, regardless if he's a public figure. You're not entitled to that information. And I just wanted to make people very aware of that so that they know what is going on. And that triggered my other statement. Um, as a parent with older children, you are not allowed to know their healthcare status. Did you guys know that? You're not allowed. So now, on one end, if you sit in the middle, you have to make sure that your parents are taken care of. And then on the other end, you have to make sure your kids' healthcare journey is okay. Because if you don't, when you call up there to find out how Sally Lou and Mary Jane are doing, they can't give you Sally Lou and Mary Jane's health information. They're going to ask you who you are. You can say you're the parent, but it won't matter because they're over the age of 18. I looked it up in many journals and I looked it up. After 18, you're not responsible. And I don't think you guys really know that. You are not responsible for their health care. You are not even allowed to know what was going on. Now, if you're sitting there in the waiting room and you know what's going on, you're sitting by the side, yeah, they will tell you because your older son and daughter has signed a paper saying that you can be told. But if they don't sign a paper saying that you can be told or you're not listed as their power of attorney or you're allowed to get the information, they can't give it to you. And I want you guys to be very aware of this. They cannot give it to you. So those are the 2 or 3 things I wanted to talk to you today about to make sure that you understand that this is going on right now because we have older children, the next generation of kids, they don't have to tell you nothing. Even though we're still their parents and we're still young, but if they're over the age of 18, I don't care if you're 45, 35, or 40, they cannot tell you unless your kid and your child signs it over. And they, no matter, and if they're older, if they don't make no plans, if they don't have no charts, you can't get them. Unless it's an emergency, unless they're being shot or you're sitting in the waiting room, they're not going to give you that information. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast this morning. I hope I gave you guys a lot of information on what was going on kind of now in healthcare and what you need to do. Hopefully on the 13th I will be back and I will be talking about how we can make some changes in the healthcare process. That'll be on the 13th at 1 o'clock. That's all I wanted to say. This has been Wednesday Coffee Talk, and we are sponsored by Sable Six Publishing. And the information that you need will be in the description box. I'll probably get it set up. I know that this podcast is a little late today, but I just wanted to drop in real quick and let you guys know what was going on. I hope you guys have a blessed day. And like I always say, let God guide your steps. See you guys later. Bye.